Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Air Kitty. Alright, so I'm gonna try to fit everything that's left into this one video. I don't know how it's gonna go, obviously. It might go over. Hopefully not. But anyways, we are on to the biggest part of the Diva Starz website. The one thing that I was always here for was the webisodes. So, obviously, there is a tab for the webisodes minigames, but kind of wanted to show you the wardrobes first, so let's go there since we've already done the rooms. And because I already said I like Tia's best, we're gonna go with Tia's.
Go ahead, say it! This room is the bomb! If you want the 411 on the Diva Starz, just step inside. If you want the 411 on the Diva Starz, just step inside.
Okay, and so that actually does lead you to the first webisode. Obviously with the music playing in the background like this, I don't know if I necessarily want to do this here now, but I think I'm going to step over to the webisodes and minigames tab, just so you can see which ones are available and which ones aren't. Obviously the very first one actually just turned up, because of the artist who had the, rooms. I have forgotten what their name is. Of course, it's right there. But the name of their studio as well, the DeChesser Studios? Again, if I am pronouncing that incorrectly, I'm very sorry. But thankfully, this is a common occurrence on my channel that I don't know how to pronounce things, so I'm in the clear. Because this is what everyone expected. But so obviously, this is the very first one. It's called Meet 'em at the Mall. The Diva Starz first met when they all bumped into each other and had all of their belongings mixed together. The objective of this game was to sort each item into the correct girl. So obviously we get this, you would usually get that loading screen that you would see at the beginning of, like, when you would go to the girls' rooms. That loading screen that had, like, you know, the peg art that you could do. Of course, for some reason they thought the internet was really bad back then, that you would be stuck there doing peg art. I've never had good internet. Even now, I still don't have great internet. I don't even have good internet. It's just decent. And even my internet loads it within a few seconds. So, yeah. Let's just hit start.
Once there were girls there, different girls. A girl had a different way of being a girl. They just happened to run in.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that is not necessarily my browser or anything. I have tried this on multiple browsers. I've even tried this on multiple computers that have different specs. That audio file, unfortunately, is just trashed. Which, unfortunately, is the fate of some of these Flash games. But anyways, bummer. Our stuff is totally mixed up. Help us out by dragging each item to our shopping bags. So obviously you have all these things. Some of these obviously we remember because they were in the girls' rooms. I'm trying to remember, was it Screen Dress Summers or was it Alexa's? I think it...
Wow, I've been missing this.
That was Summers. This feather boa we obviously saw in Alexa's room.
I'm so thrilled.
These shoes were in Tia's room.
You rock. Go ahead, girl.
Art supplies obviously go to Summer.
Awesome.
This was in the aquarium. I picked this one.
Wow, I've been missing this.
We did this tablet game. That goes to Tia.
On me.
This was actually in Nikki's room, but I actually want to show you what happens if you put it in the wrong bag.
This is so not me.
Then you get that.
Nope, try again. Scared of that. You know it.
Lexus.
That's my favorite.
Nikki's.
You know it.
Nikki's as well.
You rule.
This actually I think was Nikki's.
Not.
Nope, Alexa's.
You're so good at this. You got
Nikki's.
game.
Tia's. Which is funny because I think this was technically supposed to be a pillow in her room. But I was like, it actually looks like a halter top. Maybe even a purse.
You've got the 411 on me. Awesome. You rock. Go ahead, girl. I'm so thrilled.
You did it! Groovomatic!
Someone's gotta say it. Girl, if you don't say it, I will. We're all friends here now. It must be said. Nice bumping into you like this.
So yeah, like, obviously that was the very first webisode. They do advance as they went on. Unfortunately, as you're gonna see, some of these are not actually found, and some of them were only recoverable by way of YouTube. So unfortunately, we won't be able to play all of them, but I did want to try to pull up the ones that were found and play those for you guys. Like with the Chester Studios, if they hadn't given us this, we wouldn't actually have the first one, as well as I think this third one and like one other one. But so now we have the Dress 'em and Do the Walk. So the Diva Stars were holding a fashion show, and the game is a dress-up game in which you can dress up each Diva Star in runway-style clothing, hair, shoes, and accessories. And this one was outsourced to other, well, not outsourced, so to speak, but outsourced in the sense of it's not actually being held on this website.
You guys, they're waiting for us. Chill, girly girls. All we have to do is get dressed, which in your case could take days.
I do think that was kind of clever.
Get this groove going on.
Yes, we're gonna dress them up. My foot's falling asleep underneath me. So yeah, so we get all 4 girls, and you can switch between them at any point. And the 3 options that you kind of get, so you get the clothes here, you cycle through that, hair, and shoes. So we got Frenchy French Alexa. We've got like what I like to call Fortune Teller Alexa. I think that's the one I'm gonna go with. I know I reused that outfit already, but I couldn't really find anything else to match like this purple dress, I guess. Let's go Summer. Cowboy Summer. Cowgirl. Office Summer. Hippie Summer. I think I like office working summer better. We've got what I like to refer to as the Christina Aguilera look. Grunge Tia. But I think my favorite's gonna be the all green Tia. Friends Edition Nikki. I'm not even sure. This is just the weird Nikki, I guess. We're gonna go with Friends Edition Nikki. Alright, catwalk. And then again, they promote the game, which I never understood. But yeah, so far, like, out of, like, the earlier webisodes, that was probably my favorite one, just because, like, obviously, I love the dress-up aspect of it. I love being able to mix and match, like, clothes and accessories and everything. So far, that one was always my favorite. So the third one, Diva Stars Rock the House. The Diva Stars were going to hold a band performance, but they need to tune their instruments. The game objective was to match instrument sounds with the specific instrument each diva was playing, as well as match the instruments. Talent show featuring the Diva Stars. Twisted Broccoli, the French and Funky show. What?
I'm just tingling with nerves. Where's Summer with her instruments?
Cool your jets, Diva girl. She'll be here. Summer!
Where have you been? I was, well, it's like I've got some good news and some bad news. Definitely the good news first. Oh, good! Well, I have the instruments. Excellent.
And the bad news?
Well, they're just a teeny tiny little bit out of tune.
Before we can jam, we need our instruments. Drag the instruments to the correct diva. I always felt this minigame was kind of unfair because you never actually... There was no clues indicating which Diva Stars had which instrument. Unless you just tried them all, so... I can't remember, I think one of them... Was this you?
You know it!
Okay. Drums, I think, was Summer.
Uh-oh!
Tia.
Rockstar! Love it!
Alexa, and
You're
keyboard.
awesome!
So yes, now we need to tune the instruments. Let's play it. Let's do the wrong ones first. Absolutely. Alright.
Can you say total wipeout?
This is right, we're still not in tune. Yeah, try again. Like, the keyboard I can see getting those sounds, but the other ones I don't understand. Let's try another set of wrong ones.
Come on, I know we can do it! Want to tune again?
It's kind of weird how, like, their arms move and everything. We'll say that's the one really weird thing. Okay, let's try the semi-good. Alright, here's the semi-good one. I don't even know if it really would pass on this one, but I'm curious to find out.
Come on, I know we can do it! Want to tune again?
What are you talking about? That was perfect! That sounded amazing! Okay, let's do the right one now. I believe this is the right one. The only one I'm not 100% confident on is Alexa's.
Groove-alicious!
Okay, finally we got it! Sounds like a church organ. Let's see, the next one. Episode 9 is technically recoverable, but as you can see, it's just go on YouTube and watch the tutorial or download it from archive.org. I don't actually have the means to be able to run the flash files, unfortunately, so that one you're just going to have to watch. Same thing with episode 10 and 11. Let's see, webisode 12, I remember that one vaguely. But that's where you definitely saw the different styles, as well as the addition of Miranda. And then obviously from webisode 12 on, they started using Miranda and just kind of kicked out Summer. Webisode 13 was not available. This was also another one where you saw the Diva Star boys finally get promoted, because obviously, as the screen suggests, like, you take the 4 girls and you put them on these little question mark bubbles here, and then they would, kind of do like a little scene of the girls with a respective boy hanging out and doing that ride, and then at the end they would show them like in that ride's respective like outfit. And so yeah, you'd see the guys get promoted here, but nowhere else really, which was kind of sad. And then the final webisode of the series, which is the last one that actually works, is webisode 14, Fashion Emergency. The Diva Stars went to the mall in order to choose clothes for their first day of school. The game is a dress-up game where you can choose clothes for all 4 girls. Sadly, Summer never makes a reappearance before the doll line was discontinued. Yeah.
Are you there?
Almost ready.
Nikki, you there? Yup, what's up?
Hold on. Let me conference in Miranda.
I'm here, Tia.
What's up?
What's up? I'll tell you what's up. My headlines. Mine too. My overalls are super small. My favorite dress is a total mess.
Girl, I thought my clothes shrunk in the wash. And so I realized it was my whole closet. What happened to us over the summer?
We grew! Tomorrow's the first day of school, and I've got nothing to wear. This is a true fashion emergency.
What do we do? There's only one thing we can do.
The mall! Anybody here?
This is so embarrassing.
Don't worry. I called ahead and had Pierre set aside some super chic stuff. Now all we have to do is choose.
Let's do this.
Alright, so help dress the Diva Stars. Click on the arrows to scroll through the fashions. Choose a top, a bottom, shoes for each of the 4 girls. When you're finished, click done. So very much like the fashion runway one, this is very similar, but the fact that you just get the 4 girls here as Alexa stares at you creepily with this really crazy girlfriend meme kind of vibe. And it's always really funny because, like, you'll choose one piece of clothing.
Are you sure about that?
And you'll put it on one person.
Work it, girl.
And then the very next moment they'll say they like it, and they'll say they don't like it. So it kind of actually doesn't matter what you pick for these girls. Like, it's not like the sorting one, which is like, oh, you can get it wrong. You really can't. The feedback means nothing.
Totally hyper fun.
Let's see, we got any boots that might match this? Maybe this?
Yes. Now that's hot.
What the? No! Take off the tank top first before you put this tank top on.
Are you sure about that?
Absolutely, it matches your freaking mint, like, eyeshadow. I hate how they complain about what I'm giving them. You know, you could just not wear anything. You know what? Good enough, because I can't really figure out how to match Miranda's outfit, so we're going with this.
Wow, we look hyper cool.
You know it.
I guess growing up isn't so bad after all. Not if it means getting a new wardrobe.
I did like how they did, like, animate every single one of the outfits to the girls when they came out. So, like, no matter what you picked, it was all animated. And I guess the one thing that I loved about the 90s and the early 2000s is, like, so this was a big thing, is, like, you know, if you were a teenage girl, the coolest thing that you could do was go to the mall, hang out, and basically spend all your money. What I always thought was funny was they're, like, trying to perceive these girls as, like, a regular, average family kind of wealth status, and I'm like, not gonna lie, nobody with an average income in that time period was able to afford all the things that they could. I mean, granted, it's kind of a pipe dream. It's like something you would love to have happen, but nobody with an average paying wage at that time was able to afford the things these girls were able to afford. Or even just go to the mall and just spend all this money. I'm like, I make a good paying job. I make a good paying wage for what is right now. But even I hate to say it, penny pinch, because I'm like, I come from a poor financial status. Like, it's not like, it wasn't like, oh, we're missing meals or something, starving or anything, or, you know, we don't have a roof over our heads, like, absolutely not. But it was a thing of, like, obviously when your parents get divorced, you go from a 2-person income for a household into single parent statuses. And so obviously, especially during the beginning, that financial status can waver, as well as the fact of, you know, you can struggle a little bit in that time period until, you know, both parents get themselves back up. Even having my own, like, money that I can spend, I'm like, I still penny pinch. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot go back to where I was, where, like, I couldn't afford certain luxuries. I don't want to lose that right, I guess. or I shouldn't say right, but that privilege to be able to have those certain luxuries, like, be able to buy games whenever I want. Even now, like, I still, like, hold off on games. If there's, like, even $20 games, I'm like, oof, I could buy it now, but I might need that money later for something else. Anyways, enough about my financial status. My poor upbringing. So that was all of the webisodes. So now the only things left are really the mini games, which I think most of them that were recovered were for the pets. And so these are the 4 mini games for the pets. I'm actually going to go from left to right and show them off. So let's start with Fluffy Star's Dress Up. A dress-up game with Alexa's cat, Fluffy Starz. Pick up cute accessories and change up the look of Fluffy's tail. Click on Sweet Delicious Stuff to give Fluffy a new look. Play Dress Up with Fluffy Starz, trademarked, for some Fluffalicious fun. She'll look perfect. I'm sorry. Perfect. Yes. Pretty. By the time you're done, choose a ring, a collar, an ID tag, and tail design. Some fur jewels and fur spray will surely make her shine.
Primping makes you pretty.
That is a loud purr. So let's see. Let's try to make Fluffy Starz part of the icon of Dabbling in Variety here, the brand. So we're gonna go with the classic purple. Let's see. Jewels, pink bow, flowers, purple bows,
Perfect.
and pearls. The cat's purring is getting kind of loud in my ear, so I have to turn it down on my headphones. I actually personally like pearls, in a sense, so I think we're gonna go with that for the channel's gemstone? Pearl? Yes. Let's see. Pearl necklace, purple collar. I think I like the purple collar better. Purple bows. We're gonna go with the purple bows. Wait. Nah, purple bows. Let's go with the gold.
You look marvelous.
My god. And we'll go with a purple ring. There you go, Fluffy Starz. You are now the icon of Dabbling in Variety. Congratulations. So now, Hippie Starz Treat Toss. Tia's dog, Hippie Starz, is trying to catch some treats, help him eat all the good stuff while avoiding the trash. Sounds like some pretty good advice. Get the good stuff, avoid the trash. Okay, so apparently, the links for Hippie Starz Treat Toss and Budster's Doghouse decorating game have been switched. Should probably just let them know. So let's toss some treats to Hippie Starz. Use the arrow keys on your keyboard, on screen to help Hippie Starz, trademarked, catch the tasty treats. These are the tasty treats. This is the trash. It's game over when you basically eat 3 pieces of trash. That's trash. Get out of here. Come on, throw me something like pizza. Pizza's good. Hot dog. Hot dogs are always good. Treats? Nope, no shoe. No shoe. Treats? Yes. Oh crap. Get out of here, Alpacor. Okay. Don't need that. Don't need that, but I think it's heading towards me. Get that out of the way. Hot dog. My question is, why is Tia just throwing out food and everything out of her trash bag, basically? This is not good to be teaching children to just pick through their trash and give the food items to their dog. Just like humans, that's how dogs get fat. Oh, missed the hot dog. It's okay, the pizza's worth more.
Dig that.
Ooh. Alright, so in an actual honest attempt, I have gotten to level 5 and I have scored 2,145 points. See if you can beat me. You probably can, though. Alright, so Budster Starz Doghouse. Decorate the doghouse of Nikki's dog. Budster Starz. Choose the future. Choose the future, guys. Choose your future.
Wisely.
Choose the furniture and decor, and watch Budster interact with his house. This one I always thought was kind of cute. This was actually, again, one of my favorite minigames, along with the Fluffy Stars dress-up. So yep, help Budster Starz, trademark, decorate his doghouse. Click anywhere in the doghouse to start decorating. Use the arrows to see all the choices. Click on the item you want to see. Click print to print a picture of your design. So yeah, you literally just hover over anything, you get this bonus says click this, and it will change depending on what you're clicking on. I have played this so many times when I was younger. As well as decorated some of my own, which I might put up on the gallery area. But I'm just going to demonstrate this and just kind of do one look for right now. Oh. Whoopsies. Changed that at the wrong time. Alright, so I kind of went with a more, like, outdoorsy theme, because, you know, he is a dog. He might like the, more outdoorsy-ish kind of theme. But yeah, you can change, like, the, like, wall hangings, or the ceiling decoration, the wall hanging, the bed, like, a item here, as well as, like, the ball there. And then, like, the food dish, as well as, like, the floor and the, wallpaper. That's what I was going for. And so, yeah, I'll put this on my, gallery for the channel, so you guys can see other designs that I've made if you're so interested to. I'm really putting them up just for prosperity's sake. Just so we have kind of like this all documented and people can see all the items that were there. Alright, and the last and final Pets minigame is Sunny Star's Carrot Crunch. Help Summer's rabbit Sunny Starz collect all the carrots in the maze while avoiding onions. Basically a Pac-Man clone. So yeah. Help Sunny Starz, trademarked, munch her way through the maze. Use the arrow keys on your keyboard to help Sunny Starz crunch carrots. Earn points for every carrot Sunny Star crunches. Crunch on a stinky onion and you lose a chance. The game is over when you lose 3 chances. Yeah, so I actually haven't played too much Pac-Man at all. Not unless you count the kind of adventure-y one. So wait, they just said onions I couldn't touch. Okay, it's just the onions then. What the? No, go away. Ooh.
Oh.
Seriously?
Yes.
But apparently I completed it. Alright. Oh crap, this is actually really challenging now.
That was so much fun.
Okay, so again, level 5, 6,670. That was with an honest try. That was me honestly trying my hardest. Alright, so that was all the mini games for that, and I believe that really, excluding the bedroom mini games, these were the really only extra mini games that you had on the website. Just gonna take a look down here, because there are some unavailable mini games. So like the Make a Mag, which I did remember very well from when I was a kid. The Webisode Loader game, there was this one. I don't remember playing it too much, because obviously, like I said, even when I was younger, we didn't have great internet. Never had a problem with the games loading. Alexis Diary, I did remember this one very well when I was a kid. The Diva Starz mini games on Neopets, I didn't really remember them. These are some of the screenshots, apparently. Is that supposed to be Fluffy Stars? That is a weird Budster star. So yeah, I'm trying to remember which one this one was. I'm trying to think if it was a lot like the Usaki, the little Usuals, like, doll game. We had to go around and find, like, you'd have, like, a list of, like, okay, these are the ones you're supposed to find. And you're supposed to, pick them up. If you pick the wrong one up, you'd have to put it back on the shelf, and you have to do it before the time limit ends. Granted, I really love that game, and I'm kind of sad. I think that one was actually retired by the team, and I was really sad, because I was like, oh my god, that was like my favorite one. It's also the easiest one to get points on. So I was actually able to complete everything within a reasonable amount of time, which kind of makes me sad, because that's pretty much it so far on the website that's at least interactable or was a big thing with the website. Obviously, they have, like, gallery and goodies as well as videos. The videos is more like, this was the commercial for the Diva Starz launch products. And then obviously galleries and goodies is like, wallpapers, and actually there is a screensaver on there, but of course it only works with Windows, and I don't even think Windows 10 has a screensaver function anymore, so good luck. But regardless, this was obviously a really great brand, at least I thought so. I think it had a lot of potential, and unfortunately, while it had a great website, I believe, like many of Mattel's products, unfortunately the website was not something that kept it alive. Obviously, it goes by their actual products that they're selling, because that's what started the means of the website, was the products. It was used to promote that product. And of course, the products weren't doing too well. Obviously, they were in competition with the Bratz dolls, and unfortunately, with the Diva Starz kind of weird design at the beginning of it, it didn't really work too well with Bratz. But I guess as kind of like a haha in your face by the Diva Starz, apparently Bratz did not do as well either, considering that they are now discontinued. So they followed the exact same fate as the Diva Starz. Not to say that I'm happy about that, to be honest. That was another brand I followed very closely with. but in a sense, I am happy that the Diva Starz website did not follow the same fate as the Bratz website did, in which basically, it started as something really cool, really interactive, followed the same trend that Diva Starz was going for, and then it just plummeted. Yeah. Which I will say, I have figured out that actually the Bratz website, I don't think is actually their official website. I had actually just recently learned that they had been discontinued. I was reading up on it to figure out what had happened. And I think it was just a thing of parents and everybody were complaining about, it not being child friendly anymore. And I think the Diva Starz, or not Diva Starz. Yes, the Diva Starz were, but I think also Bratz was losing popularity as well with children. Because of the fact that the parents would not pick them up for their kids because they felt that it showed a negative image to what, they wanted their girls to be viewed as. The Bratz dolls were too risque with their midriff showing and having these, very revealing outfits, as well as, in the commercials, the Bratz dolls being seen as kind of more promiscuous and flirty. So obviously I don't think they really thought it was a good image, so they discontinued the dolls completely. Again, this is just what I'm hearing and what I can remember at the time. So yeah, the unfortunate fate of two pretty good franchises. So again, we will slap the Bratz franchise in with the Diva Starz franchise in the hopeful revival and hopefully not a fading memory forever to be lost to the void. So yeah, that is the end of this series. I will probably pick up another series as well. I'm not sure which franchise I want to start with. Still looking into some of the stuff that a franchise can offer. But do not think that it ends here with Diva Starz. I am definitely going to continue it with something else that was from my childhood that I feel like should get some light as well. So, until then, guys, bye-bye.